boo boo. Beep beep boo 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 boo. Beep beep boo. Activated. Yo. Alright. Run it. I see you trying to take my power, won't let it go. I contemplate the love that I have for this hoe. It almost blocked the love that I have for the flow. I can't believe I let that shit grow in the garden. I had to take 3 steps back like I'm hard. You speaking kinda low, what you say, beg your pardon. I came a long way, wait, and I still got more.
Welcome back to yet another episode of the original podcast. This is your host, Jimmy, James Keller Sr. I am here with my boys once again. I got my boy 3X the Shooter, who's been in charge of all my visuals thus far, man. Shout out 3X the Shooter, my brother Ryan, man. Thank you for being here.
Hey, man. Appreciate you having me. I'm glad to finally be on the show.
Yes, sir. It's been a long time coming.
Happy to be a part of the movement, man.
Yes, sir, man. And again, I got my little brother with me, Jay Rice, Jay Switch 32. Hey, guys. What's up, man? Thank you guys for being here. So real quick, man, we're going to get into a quick little icebreaker, man. Quick question. Do you think that LeBron James could have won a dunk contest? Quick answer, yes. Easy.
Yes.
No matter what, no matter who he's against.
Yes.
Off star power or just off of like
dunk,
execution,
skill, athleticism?
What year?
I don't think just because he was LeBron.
It's not off of skill for me. Yeah. He's like...
I feel like, honestly, it's a star power thing. I don't think he executed enough to win a dunk contest. It's because it's Bron. He got to win.
It's star power, and I can't lie. He does make fast break dunks look kind of epic. He's not really skillful with his dunks, if you ask me, in my opinion. I feel like
not too much creativity.
He's just big and he glides. Like, don't get me wrong, the man got bunnies, but it's not like creative.
He makes time slow down though, man. That's an art.
And that's why I say he could win.
That's an art.
But it's not based off skill for
me.
me.
In the last 70 dunk contests we've seen 2 dunks that we probably haven't seen before. Everybody does the same dunks.
So LeBron will make it look good enough for him.
Yeah, he would have done the same dunks that Derek.
I don't think that LeBron can go 360 between the legs.
I was just about to ask because
I don't think he could either.
That's a good point. How many of the dunks in the maybe last 4 dunk contests that we've seen do you truly believe LeBron is capable of actually putting down?
He's like a pile driver.
Aside from the Aaron Gordon,
he ain't doing
Derek
nothing.
Doing whatever they just
he's not doing nothing Aaron Gordon has done.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that dunk contest that we just witnessed where he got robbed.
He's in the dunk contest like Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard's putting it down off of pure force and just big man ability. Like, he's not going up 360, tomahawking. Mm-hmm. Like, you remember Jay Rich 360 behind the legs under the backboard?
Yeah, that's
LeBron's not doing none of that.
But I don't think LeBron necessarily has to. I think he can. I don't know what he would do, what his signature dunk will be, but I think whatever that will be the fan votes.
It would have enough power and flair behind whatever dunk it was.
Because it feels good when he puts it down.
I'll take one of these. I just take a regular Bron in a dunk contest. Why not?
Like, would it have to be a free throw?
Yeah, just
got to be a free throw.
Why not?
I don't even know if it got to be a free throw for me. It just looks so damn pretty.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I think he could have got one.
It'd be tough against an Aaron Gordon doing some freaky shit.
I don't think he would have beat Aaron Gordon.
No.
I'm talking early Bron with Fred Jones.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I know year 17 LeBron, that's kind of tough. Of course, he's not going to compete in a dunk contest in year 17. But like what year? Like maybe year 10 Bron, year 6 Bron could compete with anybody, with Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, with the Jason Richardson.
I think it would have to be the right dunk contest. Like he was,
it would have to be
that
Josh
Jason
Smith.
Richardson, Josh Smith. I still don't even know if he could beat Josh Smith.
So could he have beat Nate Robinson?
Yes,
I think Nate Robinson, Dwight Howard.
Nate, I love you.
He could beat Dwight Howard.
Nah, Nate should have had like an asterisk or something, bro. I'm tired of watching it, bro. He got 7,000 tries.
Yeah, he did. He did get a lot. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, he's 5'8" though. Yeah,
bro. They knew that when they signed him up.
That's true. Okay, I mean, I was just saying, something I always thought about. I thought that there was a reason why he never decided to actually submit himself into. I don't know if he was afraid of losing or, I don't know what it was. I don't know why you wouldn't compete in it, especially early on.
It was nothing for him to gain. I can see him not doing it from that standpoint. Other than us having this hypothetical.
At the same time, it doesn't hurt him at all either. Say he doesn't win, it doesn't matter. He gives the fan what they want. I feel like LeBron, they don't want LeBron to win. They want LeBron to compete.
I feel like he knows his skill set very well. And I feel like he knows also that he's a better in-game dunker. Like, I'm going to yam on you in the paint. Yeah. No one's going to stop me like he did Westbrook, as opposed to creating something and bringing in somebody like a Steve Nash to do some.
I mean, he could have, but I mean, in that defense, he could have done like a tribute. He could have done all Jordan's dunks. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even have to be original.
Can he do all Jordan's dunks? You think he's rocking the cradle?
No, I'm just saying, like, not like he could pull it off. I'm saying as far as, like, he could not do his own dunks, but just do, like, a homage tribute type of situation and still compete.
Brent Barry's the dunk champion.
So, yeah, if you
he could have done anything.
if you frame it like that, yes, Brian can win the dunk contest.
For sure. All right, man, we're going to switch gears a little bit, man. Thank you guys once again, for being on. I want to talk about something that I know that individually we've all spoken upon before. First, I want to give you guys a little credit, or give you a little backstory about why I even share these kind of conversations with you guys. Ryan, first, man, a lot of times we had conversations up at Nike that had nothing to do with the brand. We were able to develop the ideas to move forward in our future and put ourselves in position to both be successful within our communities. And I respect you a lot for even having that mental state in that environment. Always, being a forward thinker, not just being about the ideas. Your head wasn't in the clouds. You were able to actually execute on a lot of the things that we talked about, man. And I want to go ahead and commend you for that, for stepping out on your own and making things happen for yourself. I just wish you a lot of good luck into the future, man, moving forward.
Man, I appreciate that a lot, dog. Like, I agree. We had a ton of conversations. It was always much bigger than Nike. Mm-hmm. It was always much bigger than the block that we grew up on.
Absolutely.
And, I'm proud also to see in my circle that so many people, including you with your endeavors in the podcast, just getting out there and doing it.
Appreciate that, man. It's because of people like you, man, people around me that I knew were moving forward. I just had to keep up, man. So I appreciate you for that. And then from my brother, JR, man, even though you're my little brother, over the years, man, I've told you time and time again, you've been like one of the beacons of light in my life. You've been like one of my biggest inspirations, like these past couple of years with your journey, with your growth, with becoming a father, with being in your relationship, man. You've shown me the way. You've shown me what mistakes not to have. You've definitely blazed the trail that I followed, man. So I appreciate you for being in your life, for being in my life, and for being who you are, man, for being an inspiration to me.
I appreciate that. Y'all make it easy for me. I love my friends and family. That's really who I do it for.
I want to talk a little bit about politics before we get into the topic of today. The vote is over. We're still waiting on the results, man. So how we feeling, man? We got out there, we voted. How are we feeling about, you don't have to get into like what side you're on, but how do we feel about the climate of USA right now?
It's been a wild ride, to say the least. I don't even really know what's going on, with the Trump camp. It's a lot of legal. They're bringing in lawyers and stuff around votes being counted.
Isn't that a crazy concept to think that mail-in votes are illegal? What does that mean? What does that mail-in votes aren't legal? The votes that were cast in the polls were the only legal votes, but the votes to show who the actual clear-cut winner is are illegal?
That's the part I don't understand, because...
So we should go to jail if we mailed in our vote?
Even
what does that mean?
Like, not all states have always done the mail-in votes, and I know that in some places it's new. Like, they brought paper.
It's a strategy to help everybody. It's all inclusive.
It's to include. But
you know what I'm saying?
It's voter suppression, the reasons why.
So that's actually illegal.
Why they previously didn't do, the paper votes. But I don't know, man. It's crazy. I just think that, because even previously, before we did the mail-in votes, if you're overseas in the military, you still had a chance to vote. Right. And it was always late. It was always after the election.
Because you had to
make sense.
Exactly.
Mail it in.
So you had to mail it in. So it's like, I don't understand why we're tripping all of a sudden over mail-in votes. Our veterans have been mailing in votes since the beginning of time.
Right. So I don't know. How do you feel? Like, say we don't get the result that, maybe we want. Say we get another 4 years of Trump. How do we feel about this?
I think it's another way to divide us, man. Even like within the household, that's what I mean.
It has worked over these past 4 years.
She probably wouldn't even want me to divulge. I found myself arguing with my girl about it the other day, and I really don't care who wins either way. That's my stance on it. But yeah, she seems like an avid Trump supporter, but I think it caught her off guard. Like, she didn't even know that she was a Trump supporter.
It was an oversight, right? She had to look herself in the mirror like, I'm a monster. Who am I? Who am I?
It's weird. So it's like, the new generation, the old generation, like my pops and I, we have different feelings about that. And it's a sneaky way to get in and just cause more division. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, me and my closest people, we've been arguing about politics, and it doesn't even matter to us, really.
Yeah. So, I kind of agree with what you said. I do feel like the reason why Trump is so sought after at this seat is because he is a divisive figure. A lot of people, because you've seen it. You've seen a lot of people show more or less their true colors in these past couple of years, whereas we were trending in a very just neutral environment, no matter where we went. I worked at Nike for 7 years, and I have friends to this day that I've met there, that I've, made relationships with, that came from much different backgrounds than I have. We had so much in common that in today's climate, I don't think that we would have been able to be as open and vulnerable to build those type of relationships. So I do think that he speaks for a lot of America who isn't necessarily as receptive to where this nation was trending. It's just kind of sad to have to deal with that realization. I'm a father. I have a young son. He's just turned 1, and I have to teach him what happened in 2020. This is something that I'm going to have to this election. I'm going to have to explain to him why this was so huge. Right. This past 4 years of presidency, what we've gone through from Barack Obama, from an actual peak to a legitimate valley. I'm going to have to explain that emotion that we all have gone through. I'm not looking forward to that. So I want to ask you guys, I know that you're not a father, but JR, you are. So real quick, what has been, you have a daughter and a son. Who are you more afraid for moving forward in the future? Your young black king or your young black queen?
To be honest, I feel like you control what you can control, and the other stuff you just live and let it work itself out. But as far as my daughter, she doesn't understand any of this. My son is too young to understand it too, but we have those conversations, and I feel like I'm showing them the right way to get out of those situations. I mean, we can only do so much. You're a black man growing up in America. You got to deal with that. You got to face that head on, So I just feel like with the right tutelage and teaching him, he'll be all right. Both of them will be, I've never really had any extensive trouble with the law or any running. It's a game, man. You teach them how to play the game, they'll be fine.
Yeah. And I do think that the media kind of blows out of proportion the imagery of black men and women behaving badly. I don't think that that's necessarily a narrative that should even be talked about. Where are these people that act this way? Who are these people who are, outlandishly showing out in front of authority?
That energy attracts itself. You don't do that, so you don't see it. Those people who go out looking for it, they find it.
Yes, that's true.
They exist. They're out there. But I think the thing is that every ethnic group has that same knucklehead running the streets, ripping and running. I think that the media just decides to pick and choose to show what they want to show and what they don't want to show. And then they also don't come in here to our communities or our neighborhoods to actually see the reality of those stereotypes. It's not everyday life.
And that's why I'm proud to hold this platform, hold this audience, is because I want to share that narrative. I want to go ahead and stand in that void of black men and women, maybe not necessarily just black men and women, but just, young men and women, or maybe even older men and women who are actually so positive in this community. I want to go ahead and shine a lot of light on this community and the things that we have to offer, because I do feel like within this last 4 years and through this pandemic that we've been empowered to go ahead and show our light, show our lane, blaze our own trails and paths, and actually be supported by those same communities that we're representing as well, as long as you're aligning yourself with what the community is truly about. And I think that you guys definitely embody that. I think that's why you get the support that you do. But at the same time, I do think that I want to go ahead and shed that light a little bit on what's actively going on right under people's noses.
Oh man, this conversation is heating up. Let's take a quick break. We're going to get into a new segment right now called Jimmy's Music Break. Today I have a special guest, No Sock Hayes. He's going to come present a couple original pieces for me here on The Original Podcast. So without further ado, I present to you Jimmy's Music Break with D. Hayes. Enjoy.
All right. Yo. All right. Run it. Yeah, look, I'm all about the props, give congrats when due. And I walk up in the spot in the salmon hue. Now I'm all about a pamper with the baddest fumes. Got me running for the work on Manhattan dunes. Just slow your pace, take time, give it ease. Relax your mind, give grace, sow a seed. One track mind with a drink, with a weed. Plugged all the time, matter of fact, what you need. Take that and go. Fans want to see me, but barely do a show. Drowning in my sorrows and barely use the boat. Went and paid the car note, barely hit the road. I guess it goes to boo. I try and do some humble shit shit gets overruled. I'm in this thing tough, kinda heavy on the glue. Yes, your boy stuck, famous, so what? Why you so down when they raising you up? They passing the crown, but you aimless as fuck. We gave you some sounds, but you went on a rush. Slow down, turbo, not a G but herbo. Get rolled and smoke though. Ride with a brat and she thinks she from So-So. Sitting up high, looking down like I'm Popo. It's just some niggas won't let in the dojo. It's just my business, I like being solo. Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
I can barely hear
We in West LA. Come see her.
You feel me?
Come see her.
I can barely hear the beat on that one.